What is up, class? I am back, baby. Hope you all been doing well since my last video. Now, before I fill you in on the dealio, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone who left me supportive comments and encouragement while I was away. You guys are the absolute best, and it meant a lot to me. I tried to get to as many comment replies as I could, but if I didn't get to yours, it's just because I was inundated. But I did at least read them all and gave most a like and an acknowledgement heart if appropriate. I also want to thank my subscribers and Patreons who kept their support memberships active since the last video. You guys will definitely be rewarded for that in the coming months. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I've been on a 6-month hiatus working on my novel. And let me tell you, it's been an incredible journey. The writing process was so much fun, and I'm so glad I took this opportunity to go for it. The novel is going to be a work of art when it's finished. Although you can't see me, I'm over here making the chef's kiss gesture. Anyway, yup, it's not quite finished yet, and that's because it's turning out to be longer than I expected. When I first started the writing process, I set a daily goal for myself of writing 6 pages. Realistically, I knew I'd probably get to about an average of 3 pages a day, and I wasn't too far off with an average of 2 pages a day. That doesn't seem like much, but that's an average because there were some days where I wrote like 12 pages and other times where I had to go several days without writing. That was mainly due to things like the holidays between the end of November and the beginning of January, getting sick in December, and some unexpected expenses like car repairs and travel fares and stuff. So I had to work extra hours at my day job to cover those expenses. Now, when I made my last video, I estimated the novel would end up being around 270 pages. Well, I reached 200 pages and was shocked to realize I was only halfway through. So it'll probably end up being about 400 pages, and I'll have to trim it down to 350 pages during the editing process. And yes, there will definitely be sequels, so anything that's really important that I have to cut out, I can just save for the sequels. Anyway, I'm now about 2/3 of the way finished at this point, so it's going to be a couple more months before I complete the first draft now that I'm back to making videos and all. But trust me, the novel is truly going to be amazing when it's finished. I'm just so excited about it. Moving on to some other news, have you guys seen The Last of Us on HBO? OMG, it's freaking awesome. It's hands down the best video game adaptation I've ever seen. No surprise it's already been renewed for a 2nd season. It's also my new favorite show of all time. So if you guys want to follow the show along with my trivia walkthroughs of the video game, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. It's really interesting to watch parts of the game that they cut out and which parts they expanded on. But overall, they did a stellar job of sticking to as close to the source material as possible, which is always a plus. And for those of you who've been asking, I will definitely be playing Starfield for the channel. If it's a really good game, it might get equal time with Fallout 4, and if it has a robust building system, it might eventually take over as my prime game. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I just hope it's better than the Outer Worlds, and it's glitch-free, of course. With Bethesda, we can only hope, right? Right now, speculation is that Starfield might get released at the end of March, but my gut feeling is that it's probably going to be closer to May. Now, I really want to play Starfield on an Xbox Series X. Actually, I don't even know if it'll be offered on a regular Xbox One when first released, so make sure you guys join the student council over on Patreon if you haven't already to get me close to that goal. If I reach that next goal, I'll also be able to buy a new capture card so I can bring you guys Starfield in 4K. That would rock. And I'll definitely find a way to include the Wall of Fame in Starfield as well, so no worries there. But I've also added a cool new monthly trivia series over on Patreon, so all the more reason to join up and get me close to that next goal. For now, I'm going to try to ramp up my trivia walkthroughs of the main quest line in Fallout 4 so I can wrap that up and devote more attention to the Nomad Shop class and then Starfield when it comes out. But I also want to continue my miscellaneous tips videos on the Nomad Shop class as well. So what I'm doing is I'm inviting you guys to make suggestions on what tips you'd like to see covered in a future video. Like if you're unsure how to do something and I haven't covered it yet, or if you know a really good tip that hasn't been covered yet, priority will go to questions asked on the Patreon page and also comments with a little Apple or Star membership icon. If I use your question or tip in a future video, I'll definitely give you guys a shout out in the video. So get signed up on Patreon and support the Skooled Zone if you haven't already, and then get those questions in soon. Alright, that's gonna wrap up this video. Glad to be back, guys. Hope you are too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. LPK, love, peace, knowledge.